The drums of the village had always spoken to the people. They called them to the farm, to festivals, to the shrines of their ancestors. But one day, the drums were silenced, not by choice, but by force. It began with the arrival of strangers on the coast. They carried books and crosses, dressed in long robes, and spoke of a God whose Son had died for all mankind. At first, the elders welcomed them, as was the custom. Hospitality was sacred, but soon the strangers began to call the gods of the land idols, and the ancestors demons. They offered schools where children could learn to read and write, but only if they prayed in the new way. They offered medicine, but only if the sick agreed to abandon their shrines. They taught that obedience to the white man's God was the path to salvation, while disobedience was the path to hell. The chiefs who resisted were branded as heathens. Some were overthrown with the help of the new religion's converts, who now saw their fathers' traditions as evil. The shrines were burned, the sacred groves cut down, and the drums replaced with church bells. Yet behind the hymns and prayers, another power was at work. Soldiers followed the missionaries, maps followed the Bibles, and treaties followed the sermons. Where the cross went, the gun was never far behind. The people who accepted the new faith found themselves bound not just to a God, but to a king thousands of miles away. In time, taxes were demanded, lands were seized, and the children who once danced at the shrines now pledged allegiance to a foreign crown. Religion had opened the gate, and colonization walked through it. Still, in secret corners, some whispered to the old gods. In hidden groves, offerings were placed, and in the hearts of the people, a quiet resistance grew. They learned to wear the cross, but keep the drumbeat alive, to kneel in the church, but whisper prayers to the ancestors when no one watched. Because though religion had been used as a tool to chain them, the spirit of a people could never be fully conquered.